What is a chemoreceptor? These chemoreceptors monitor pH and carbon dioxide and oxygen levels in the arterial blood. Chemoreceptors respond to only water-soluble and lipid-soluble substance. There are two locations for the chemoreceptor neurons. They are located in the first one in the carotid body, and the second one is located in the aortic bodies. The afferent fibers leaving the carotid or the aortic bodies reach respiratory centers by traveling within cranial nerves, glossopharyngeal nerve, and the vagus nerve. The glossopharyngeal nerve is located at the top, and so is the vagus nerve. The afferent fibers travel up the glossopharyngeal nerve and the vagus nerve to reach the respiratory center. The glossopharyngeal nerve comes from the carotid body, and the vagus nerve comes from the aortic bodies. Both are stimulated by changes in blood pH or PO2. Now, the glossopharyngeal nerve will continue up to the medulla oblongata. It will enter into the VRG, ventral respiratory group, and DRG, dorsal respiratory group. What's the relationship between chemoreceptor and the respiratory center control of breathing? The respiratory centers are strongly influenced by chemoreceptor input from glossopharyngeal nerve and the vagus nerve. The respiratory center system is located in the brain. The first location are in the pons, and the second location are in the medulla oblongata. The respiratory center of the pons modify the pace and depth of respiration. And the pons are able to do this by adjusting the output of DRG and VRG in the medulla oblongata. There are two centers within the pons. The first center is pneumotaxic center. It inhibits the apneusic center and promotes passive or active exhalation. The second center, which is called apneusic center, is right underneath pneumotaxic center, and it provides continuous stimulation to its DRG center in the medulla oblongata. The respiratory groove for medulla oblongata set the pace of respiration. When you look at the medulla oblongata, there are two groups. The first one is dorsal respiratory group, also known as DRG. It's an inspiratory center and functions in quiet and forced breathing. The next group is called ventral respiratory group, also known as VRG. And it's an inspiratory and expiratory center, and its function is only in forced breathing, unlike DRG. Now that we have learned the basics of chemoreceptor control of breathing, let's take a further look at the hypo and hyperventilation. What's the difference? Hypoventilation is abnormally low respiration rate. It's also another common cause of hypercapnia, which increase in arterial PCO2, and your respiratory rate will decrease. Hyperventilation is abnormally low PCO2, which is also known as hypocapnia. It stimulates chemoreceptors to decrease respiratory rate. This concludes today's lesson. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.